Mr. Gilfin, your testimony states that one way employers seek to responsibly manage costs is by relying on advice from outside experts. Could you discuss whether these relationships between the plan sponsor and health plan fiduciaries on the one hand and brokers and consultants on the other are typically long-standing relationships?
Absolutely, Mr. Chairman. Many employers maintain long-standing relationships with their brokers and consultants. They spend years working together to develop and refine benefit plans. They experiment with different vendors and point solutions and evaluate different options to try to maximize value. So these are relationships that often can span many years, and the broker and consultant may have a very deep familiarity with a particular employee benefits plan.
Why should a plan sponsor or health plan fiduciary be able to trust their broker or consultant to give recommendations that are in the best interest of the plan?
Well, in short, they work for us. So, earlier this year, Congress fixed a terrible conflict of interest with PBMs. The PBMs were supposed to work for the employer and fight for us against Big Pharma to lower drug costs, but it turned out they were actually paid by Big Pharma, right? And they were using us to play both sides and to maximize their revenue. So now we are faced with a very similar conflict of interest, wherein the brokers and consultants that are expected to advise us and be advocates for the employers are instead potentially being paid by the vendors they're supposed to be arguing against and negotiating down. We do think that brokers and consultants provide an incredibly valuable service. They have expertise that employers simply don't have and can't afford to include in their benefits department, but we've got to be able to trust them. We've got to be able to rely on them because we are fiduciaries. Employers have to act in the best interest of employees. We have to do our best to control costs, and we need accurate and unbiased advice if we're going to do that.
Thank you. Ms. Deacon, your written testimony states that employers and health plan sponsors rely on brokers and consultants to advise them on which PBM to select and how those contracts are structured. Could you discuss whether these employers and plan sponsors trust the broker to render advice that is in the best interest of plan sponsors' goal of designing a robust but affordable benefit structure?
Similar to my colleague, many employers do trust them to counsel on these decisions. And in many cases, they have to. In some cases, the trust is warranted. But this PBM environment is highly technical, and employers don't often have the internal staff or resources to evaluate things like rebate structures and formulary strategies, specialty pharmacy economics. And despite the increased disclosure as discussed, the 408B2 disclosures, this increased disclosure of the market, has been woefully insufficient, and it will continue to be woefully insufficient so long as consultants continue to get paid by the PBM or the bidding PBM, including on per claim basis or participation-based compensation. I mean, the conflict between the employer's expectation of getting the best PBM for their plan and independent advice, and the consultants' in economic incentives, on the other hand, are completely at odds. So until this is solved, that trust is very difficult.
How can a plan sponsor learn if a broker or consultant has a financial incentive, outside incentive that would impair the broker's independence?
Well, certainly they should ask, and under 408B2, they must ask, right? The problem is, again, I have seen firsthand where those disclosures are requested and the consultants are not being fully transparent in what those fees are. And again, when the underlying economics of the relationship, like per script fees, increased utilization at higher profitable channels for the PBM, when the employer isn't able to actually see those underlying economics either, sometimes these very high-level disclosures do not adequately inform the employer as to what the economic incentives of the consultant are. So disclosures alone here are really insufficient.
Ms. Anderson, do you have any comment on that? Got 26 seconds. Okay.
No, sir. Only just to say that, this is all part of an employee's compensation package. So all of this money, even though it's leaking to other parts of the health system, at the end of the day belongs to the patient or employee that is benefiting from the employee welfare benefit plan, similar to 401ks and all of the other benefits employers provide.
I am out of time, and so Ms. Lee from Pennsylvania, it's your time to ask questions.